Hey guys, Kelly here. Yet again, it's been an immersion weekend of protesting, campaigning, activism and demonstration, and of course, yet again, I have lost my voice. The van has to be back at 12:30, and I've literally just dropped everything off at the charity shop because I just can't cope with the old energy of the storage units and everything like that. So I've just dropped that off. So I just wanted to catch up. I'm going to have to stick a title on this. I haven't got time to write things. I just have to quickly do it because obviously I've just put it on the thing and gone. So basically, as people know, I think it was middle of April, and Occupy London and all that people, we're going to need those coming in soon. We're going to need a lot of people who are trained in not common law per se, but basically people who can stand their ground when it comes to the police. I decided this morning, late last night, I decided, so basically let me just explain quickly. In London, quite at the moment right now, Extinction Rebellion have basically taken to the streets. Now, the reason that protesters take to the streets is because there's a blackout on the media about particular matters, and the only way really to provoke a reaction is to do something a little bit extreme that causes for the media to have to report because of the amount of people that know about traffic jams and things like that. What they are basically about is about what people understand as climate change, so carbon footprint, things like that. What they're basically saying, and one of the reasons that I decided not to commit my energy and time to holding ground there, was because I need to build my team with people who are on exactly the same mission. And one of the challenges of bringing everybody together is that we are all parts of the same puzzle if you actually get how this all works and what it is that I'm trying to achieve. So I'm driving down the sea at the moment, and I just want to take this time before the car has to go back and the kids are still asleep to just catch up and express some thoughts and explain a couple of things that I was going through while having my kids with me, holding ground on basically. So last time I was involved with Marble Arch was when we took it with Human Worth, and we had scalers on top of it and shut down things like that. We got no media press whatsoever. So the difference between, say, the people who are leading true revolutionary activism and those who are going through pain and want justice and being heard is that some of them don't give a shit about being arrested, right? And basically, if you occupy any sort of ground, you come under a section 17, and basically that means that they can go to court to manhandle you and remove you from wherever you are. It happens to travellers, things like that. And basically what we're doing is causing a gridlock to get a message out. And now I support these guys 100%. I had an absolute wonderful time. I met some beautiful, amazing people. Hats off to another Amber, who has been my absolute diamond of a rock, who has just picked up on Elijah darting and running around everywhere. And do you know what? As a mother who was down there on her own, there is at least I just got a phone call then, so I'll ring them back. It's just the car, probably just making sure what time I'm bringing the car in, so I'll ring them back when I finish. And I've got a matter to deal with, a fraud that's occurred, that I've been major fucking scammed, and it's going to cost me a lot of money and a lot of how do I justify this situation that I was so fucking naive to not see. There's nothing, it was at the car boot. And yeah, I've been completely fucking mugged off, but I can't explain it yet because I don't really know how I'm going to explain it to the enterprise. So anyway, fucking hell, the messes I get myself in there. So basically, you know, there was probably about 50 or 60 people that were my eyes and ears with the two children, because Elijah and Shiloh were just in their element. They absolutely loved it. But of course, you know, their father is a DJ and does festivals and does this stuff fun, you know, where they break buildings, take over buildings, break roads, take over roads, do all that sort of stuff. Because, you know, he's probably pretty much been with Reclaim the Streets since he was like 13, when they were basically saying that there was too many cars on the road. Now, the thing is, I have a different message about climate change, and this lands me in a bit of an issue. I'm going to go down a road in a minute that might potentially lose me signal. If it does, I'll U-turn very quickly and come back in, because I'm going to go slightly off the road. It's only because I'm going to turn around. So basically, whenever they do festivals, what they do is they land on a piece of land and they set the rigs up, and then they hold it until the police basically let them smash them out, and they just have a fucking wild party. And that's pretty much what my kid's dad does. Graphs up the place and you know, dances, and that's what they do. So basically, the difference between this event is whenever we have, so people who know, since Aaron and Faith were taken, right, this is where I'm literally going down a road where I could potentially lose signal, and if it freezes I will turn around, and if not I will probably catch up with you in a minute. So what was I saying? I was basically saying this is where I'm trying to get this house at the moment with Liam being home until we decide what to do. Fucking money. Now, they had money to do this. They had proper teepee tents and things like that. They had food stands where they were serving vegetarian food, educating people on how to be vegan and vegetarian, and you know, they had stalls and things where they were obviously I wish I'd got the kids Rebellion for Life t-shirt, but I don't particularly agree with rebelling. This isn't necessarily about rebelling. It's not about a rebellion, it's about a revolution. But it's not about a revolution in the way that people think, where we need to get on horses, put our knights outfits on, and stamp down to Parliament and take back the crown. Now, we do need to take back the crown. I had a very interesting time because not last night, but the night before, my car got locked in Hyde Park and I had to walk around. So I went and chatted to the police that occupied this road, and they let me walk through because it cut off nearly 40 minutes of walking around Hyde Park. Now, these houses were beyond anything. Now, I look at houses, people, seriously, my bloody hobby when I have a car and stuff is going and seeing houses. Now, this is where I might lose signal. Going and seeing houses, like beautiful houses. Like, obviously you've got Buckingham Palace, right, and that's a house, right? And then if you go on to things like Property Market and houses and stuff like that, and you look at these 5-6 bedroom houses, and you know, they might be like something like 2, 3, 4 million and things like that. But these fucking houses, they're like 33 fucking million, and they're houses that you do not see on the internet. You don't get to see photographs of them. In fact, there are no photographs of them, and these all belong to the estate. They belong to the crown. So basically, everything belongs to God, by the way, but the way things are working since we've been under this empire thing is everything belongs to the crown. So just shall I show you where I am, actually, because it's very beautiful. Would you like to see where I am? This is where my caravan used to be parked when I was a bit landing in places. Right, I'm just going to go and turn around down here. Now, chances are, I don't know what internet I'm running off at the moment, and I've just been completely cleared out of my bank because I'm paying for the phone and internet and all that sort of shit that's just taken a lot of fucking money out of my account and just left me with 20 quid, and I've just got paid at the weekend. So I'm hoping that the deposit is going back on this car. If it doesn't, I'm fucked. If it does, hallelujah, praise the Lord. Shall I just show you around? So if you don't really know Southsea and Portsmouth, I'm just down at the marina while I talk to you, so show you around. So this is the marina, and I've got to somehow turn around on dodgy sand in a thing that's going to tip me over into the water. Hello there, Danielle. So I just drove through Watford, actually. On the way back, I went the wrong way back. So anyway, I basically have had a very, very interesting weekend because I've had the opportunity to speak to, down at the protest, you've got solicitors, you've got police officers that actually took their Easter off to do this. actual active live police officers and retired police officers. There were firefighters down there. There were actually even a couple of MPs out of their suits that were down there. Lots of teachers. Lots of obviously research people and scientists and things like that. So obviously having the kids and sitting at the family enclosure and things like that. And I wish I'd had more time down there, but I spent so much time stuck in traffic because they really have blocked up the road. And if you got to a barricade and you had to U-turn, you know, you were talking about another 40-50 minutes stuck in a fucking car. You know, they really chock-a-blocked it up. In fact, as I speak to you right now, they are literally marching down from Marble Arch down to Trafalgar Square, stands down to Trafalgar Square, and basically what they do is they jam up the traffic. They do agree to move for ambulances. It is all being redirected. All emergencies have been delivered. Proper signed contracts have been done on this and how it would be done. But last night, okay, I hit into a high state of anxiety, like major high states of anxiety. Like all over the camp, you could probably hear me fucking ranting, and every police officer heard exactly how I felt about being around incompetent people with their hands tied, who follow orders and don't have any common sense when it comes to human beings and emotions. And I think the entire camp heard my rant. Now, I didn't take the mic while I was down there. I was actually doing that from today. Now, I had planned to remain down there today and see if I could have paid for an extra day on the van, or maybe got it picked up. But because I had all the stuff in it, I couldn't have got it picked up, because then I was going to be stranded in London with everything that was in the van plus my kids, and that was a little bit difficult. So, and it's like £22 a day to keep this van going. It's cheaper than hiring a car that I can't get a double buggy in. So anyway, the kids are still asleep. Do you want to see some boats? So she wants to talk to me about my housing situation. So I don't really know what's going to go on, but the matter has been resolved now because I have just got all of the stuff in storage out, so I don't have to deal with it. It doesn't have to go the way. I don't have to live with this chock-a-block anymore, and it can be a chapter that's gone on pretty much since I've been overflowing with stuff. Like 18 months that's been driving me nuts. So anyway, yeah, a lot of people learn a lot of stuff as well on, you know, how to perimeter things, how to keep things going. I spent a lot of time with the police, guys. But last night, so basically during the day there was lots of different things going on. So yes, Amber's just said that a psychologist has dropped their job. Lots of people dropped their jobs to join this, by the way. So a lot of people took leave over the Easter holidays to be able to do this, because obviously the majority of people there, they're not on benefits, they work. So, you know, they have to get up, go to work, do a job, blah, 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 blah. So majority of people, my fucking gear's stuck on the children's car seat. A lot of people took a leave to be able to do this over Easter. So they planned to sort of go the full 2 weeks anyway. But quite a lot of people have given in their jobs, packed their lives up, basically grabbed caravans and are joining them to, you know, go. Because this is not just going on in London. This is going on in London, Oxford, Manchester, Liverpool, different cities and towns around the UK, different platforms up. And then it's going on around Europe, the EU, it's in New Zealand, it's over in some of other countries. You know, people really are saying that the climate changes that are here are significant enough that we really do, as a collective consciousness, need to raise our vibration to a whole new standard, where, you know, we could be avoiding a very bad natural catastrophe. Now, my political persuasion, if you want to call it political religion, I don't believe in either of those two things. They're just dogmatic names that have clusters of things in them. But if you listen to the way I talk about this sort of stuff, and with my hoops upside the head, I basically say that, especially here in England, but not just in England, everywhere, but I can only talk from a Western point of view, and you know, I would be completely hypocritical to try to teach and talk to people about Eastern philosophies or you know, all those sort of things, because I haven't had that grounding and living. I've lived in a Western society under Western rules and Western laws and things like that. So even the thought of having to go over to another country and drive on the opposite side of the road freaks me out a bit, because that's a little bit weird. But you go to another country, you abide by their rules. And this is what I find fascinating, and what I've been trying to gather is that we, the human beings, are free to be whoever we are, want to be. But because we go through this education system and into this employment bracket, our brains have basically been conditioned to have certain belief systems that keep you in the rat race, going to work to pay your bills, to feel this thing through, because they need that level of people to basically keep your taxes going, to pay for things, to keep things going. And if they don't have that, then the monarchy can't actually run. So we basically are the beekeepers for the queen, which is the honey queen, the queen bee, which is our queen. And we basically keep all that stuff going, because they don't go to work. You don't think that they rake charities out, run charities, and they've got a lot of charities. The Queen's got loads of charities. Oh my goodness, somebody's got a child running in the sea. That's so scary. So basically, just let me, before I came to the end of this road, explain my anxiety last night. So basically, at the event, they shut down, take the bridge, occupy the bridge, Waterloo Bridge, do it long enough until the police move everybody. I think there's been something like 1,000 arrests in the time that we've been down there. But as you know, I don't mind. I've been arrested during this campaign, and since my kids were taken with my own harassment, on numerous occasions. I had my car detained and stuff, as you know, my children. And so I don't have an issue with sitting in a cell for 24 hours, or in my case 27 hours. It takes longer because they have to come and do psychological evaluations and assessments to make sure that I'm okay to be in a cell and what they need to do, blah 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 blah. And the doctor comes out to see me if I'm ever arrested. So and then I just basically meditate and stand on my head in the cell and need the toilet and the fridge shit. So basically everybody who knew that they were going onto Waterloo Bridge and knew they were going onto Oxford Street and knew that they were going onto Trafalgar Square, knew that they were doing so with the face of being arrested. Now, I've been on many camps when they do police walks, and I know how they do this. And sometimes you can go on a march where you think everything's cool and you're going to come back to your tents and your camp. No. They followed you on the march, and by the time you get back, they have literally crushed your camp, sweeped it out, and all of your contents and property is gone. Gone. And also, obviously, any person there, removed and swept, you'll be told, just go. And if you don't go, you'll be told you'll be moved. And they're very good at doing this. And obviously, it's been a bank holiday, and I knew that nothing was going to really happen until this morning, when they would be able to go to court to apply for their Section 17. I have spoken to the police on numerous occasions about how they felt about things and what was going on and blah, 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 blah. I felt that the message had been lost. Now, the only place that you're hearing the media about what's going on is on local radio. For the news, it just says that the protest for Extinction Rebellion. Obviously, Extinction Rebellion have got a website, so if people want to know about it, they'll go and have a look. But most people are pissed off and peeved because of, obviously, being late for work, missing appointments, losing money, maybe going to hospital appointments, anything really. So it pisses people off and it gets their back up, and the local residents. So basically, they have down there, everybody is basically pitched up at these particular points in their tents. They're sleeping there, living there, occupying there, holding their ground there, have their banners and their protest staff. They've got tents there where people are chilling out and chatting to each other. People are collectively healing each other. I mean, they even have people there with free lessons in harp and music stuff and all the stuff that I want to do with Step Up Britain. And they worked tirelessly making sure that everybody was eating food. It was all vegetarian, all your herbal teas and everything. They were educating, doing meal preps and teaching people. They had workshops on. They were delivering workshops on training on how to deal with the police, how to exercise it. It could have gone a lot further. It could have gone to full-blown blank. So prime example was last night, right? They did say, because it was Monday, bank holiday, people going to work, they were going to turn the music off at about 9 o'clock. But somebody decided to get on the mic and start talking and then carrying it on. So the police literally swooped in and locked down all the equipment, removed the equipment. The rig's still there, but all the equipment was dispersed. So basically that means all the DJ equipment, all the stuff is gone. So these rigs are called suicide rigs, by the way. So basically when a rig goes in on a place like this, with any activists, I'm just going to carry on going because I really do need to get this car back up for past, but I haven't got much to take out of it now. And I'm going to cut this down, but I've got to get a lot out of my head. It's my son's birthday today, and I want to be able to focus on Daniel's birthday and seeing Liam, and he's trying to get this apprentice thing off and running today. And the two boys have been absolute stardust, amazing. Elijah has been interacting with absolutely everybody, whatever nationality, creed, whatever. He's had everybody in awe, and Shiloh, and easy eye contact, and he's been with the police, been with the people, been with doing what he does, running around, sitting with people, chilling with people, having his little chats and stuff, and adoring people, and getting in the water fountain, he loved it. They had a great family area up there, proper tent out. I've actually left, I've forgotten it, my travel cot. Now I'm not bothered about the travel cot, so if anybody is down there, I've left a blanket that's really special to our family. It's both the boys' really special blankets in there, and I really would love them back. So if there's anyone from Portsmouth that could really bring the content of that travel cot back to me, that would be absolutely amazing. But please do use it for children that aren't crawling yet, or you want to stop children from going off a bit while you're having a conversation. Please do use the travel cot. But yeah, if somebody could get the content of that back to me, that would be absolutely wonderful. It's really personal and it means a lot to us, and I can't remember what else I put in there that was quite sentimental. I think I put a couple of things that I didn't want to lose in there. So basically they quarantined the police in last night, and I said that was absolutely fucking ridiculous because it puts things up to a whole new level, a whole new stage. I'm just going to go to my favourite place and just sit until the children maybe start stirring, and what that could do was activate all the special forces and stuff, and when they come in to fucking sweep, mate. They don't come in to tickle, they come in to move you. And I did not want to be on site while any of that was going on with my kids, because the reality is I would be putting myself in a fucking stupid situation that if I was arrested, and now I don't mind being arrested, I've got no problems with being arrested for anything that I support. Now I would have got arrested for Aaron and Faith's course, hands down. I would have got arrested for forced adoption exposed, hands down. I would have got arrested for even, not necessarily climate change, but telling you that Mother Earth is already sending us harsh warnings, and Dad is about to kick our asses because of the amount of pain being caused to our brothers and sisters here. And I would get arrested for a level of that. I would get arrested for child abuse. I would get arrested for the child things. Some of the historic things I wouldn't necessarily get arrested for. Things to do with oil I wouldn't necessarily get arrested for. To do with animals I wouldn't necessarily get arrested for. However, my heart is starting to bleed about this matter with the calves and milk and all this sort of stuff, and I couldn't quite want to cook a lamb for Passover. So anyway, the thing is, it's been absolutely beautiful. The weather's been lovely, and Elijah and Shiloh were painting yesterday. The kids were covering themselves in paint. We have face painting. They were playing in the water, and we did a whole photo shoot of the kids, and we had lots of press and lots of media, and my kids were sort of pretty much their way, because Elijah had his yellow vest on with his crew, and they were showing stuff like this. But so basically, because they had this line of police, I actually went down and I stood my ground. I had my kids with me, and so I decided to pull the kids back, and I was getting quite high anxiety, and I was getting quite panicky because I was watching a lot of police start moving, I am army trained, as you know, not that I was in the army, but through being a kid, a Padsbrat, and a wife of it. Obviously, I'm very influenced by the army way of implementing strategies, and obviously Tony Robbins strategized. So I was watching the ambience and how things were changing in the atmosphere. But when they stood, when now if I was been leading that and it'd been under the Step Up Britain banner, I'd have got everybody to sit down and start singing the Coming to the Tree, which is what we were playing out the car as we were in the marches and stuff, which is from Hunger Games, by the way. And my son calls me the Mockingjay. It's quite funny, but yeah. So anyway, I backed the kids up. And I went to speak to the police, and I said to the police, look, I can put the kids in the van, or I can put the kids in the tent, but I'm settling them down for the night. Are you planning to be sweeping the area? Because obviously I knew by the police that they wanted it gone by the end of the Easter weekend, but at the end of the day, it's still Easter holidays as a whole. But majority of people only get the 3 days bank holiday, and a lot of people were leaving as well, because a lot of people could only hold the ground, and it was a bit of more of a festival. Do you know what I mean? It was a festival. It was basically a free festival with donation, with some food and a lot of healing and a lot of love and a lot of connecting and a lot of beautiful souls that are all resonating on a vibration that the energy is just absolutely just it's just immense. It's just beautiful. It really is. And it's my tribe. It's the sort of people that I like being around. No disrespect to naysayers and negative people and a lot of people who just don't understand spelling, words, power, meaning, stuff like that. So it was amazing to be around co-creative, symbiotic people that are just here to leave the world a better place, and just as guide and help and heal as many people as possible. And I went through this whole training expertise as well, where you take 4 people on at the same time while having an orgasm. I didn't do this orgasm thing, but what you're basically meant to do as a woman, you're meant to be able to hold your ground and be your own protector. So you're not dominant on your father being able to protect you, or your partner being able to protect you, or masculine energy to be able to protect you. That you as a feminine energy can protect yourself and be your own protective partner. And so basically you have 4 men coming in to attack you while trying to keep completely in line with all of your feminine energy, which also includes doing pelvic floors while you got people about to come and attack you, and you have to be able to ground yourself in a frequency that it's a case of you can't hear what you can't see. Do you know what I mean? You move under a whole different chi of energy that comes with much years of mastering and meditating and soul searching and things like that. It really is to master yourself is one of the greatest skills and tools. To have self-discipline and is amazing. So, and as you know, I've just come out of a 40-day Lent vow of celibacy, and I'm dealing with my trauma from sexual abuse as a child, and this was what this was about as well, because when you have been abused in any way, what it does is it takes your power away. But anyway, while we were at the event yesterday, they called a halt down on one of the speakers, and somebody come over the mic and said that the police have said because there's no license, I've got to turn the music off, and they were going to shut it down. And I turned around and said, I thought you were rebels. So if that had been Step Up Britain holding that fort, that wouldn't have happened. What would have done was gone on the mic and said, the police have requested the music go down. Obviously, they're not the authority on this matter. We're here. However, because of the residents, what we're going to do, guys, we're just going to wind it down, chill it out. We're going to ask that everybody, goes back to their tents, goes to designated areas to be able to chill so it's quiet. And yeah, that's how I'd have done it. And I'd have let the police know that they weren't in control of the matter. They let the police know they were in control. That to me showed that I was with people who were weak and could not actually hold the fort in the way that we needed. I needed to know that if it was coming in for a sweep, that we had a perimeter of people around the family area that protected everybody's kids. Because if I'd got arrested and I don't have people there that literally just move on with my kids, and I have people who can be with my kids and show I am with these children, then obviously the police have to take my children and place them with social services and then go into foster care, which can take up to 10 to 15 hours, and I'm not having 2 children in that situation. It's not about you being a chicken or a coward. It's about that there's 2 little boys here that I'm responsible for their education and their awareness of the world and their relationship that they have with the world and how they perceive the world. And I don't want them growing up having to look around the world focusing on things that they feel that might attack them or are coming at them, and constantly being fight and flight all the time. But anyway, I went up the back, and all of a sudden something else started happening, and someone started playing the drums, and people started going on the mic, and it was like 11 o'clock at night, and the police were running everywhere, and I was like, shit, what the fuck do I do? So I spoke to a few people, and I was getting quite anxiety, and I was like, and I was really making it clear, any of these police step to me, come to me, this is how we roll, this is how my family roll, this is our ethics, this is our beliefs, this is our values. If you step to us, we assume you are coming to harm us, and we defend to the ends of the earth. And this, I was quite totalitarian about it, you know what I mean? But anyway, the boys, you know, beautiful. They had the most amazing day. They went to bed in the tent, covered in paint and stuff. And I did wash them in the river a bit, but you know, they just looked like kids who'd have fun. But at about 3 o'clock in the morning, they woke each other up. Something a bit noisy gone off. They woke each other up. Now, had I been on a campsite, had I been at home, it would have been completely natural for a mother to be soothing two children that were crying. But because I had perimeter of police around me, and I knew that if my children didn't settle very quickly, or if I was getting quite high stress and anxiety, thinking I'm gonna see some legs in front of my tent in a minute, and they're gonna tell me, if you don't leave with the kids, we're gonna be taking the kids for neglect or something. And it was making me really, really, really anxious. So literally, I decided to bolt it, and I'd actually managed to get my car literally right at the quarantines, which nobody can get up there. I actually moved the cones. Even last night, I removed the cones, and about 8 police come around my vehicle, and you know what, they were really cool with me. It was fine. So I forgot I'd lost my mobile, and I went back and left someone with the kids, and went and got it. So Elijah's literally starting to stir now, so I'm going to start heading back and get his van unpacked and get it down, and then I'm back to no vehicle. So I'm trapped to a 1-bedroom flat with 4 of us in it. Dean's obviously going to be coming to see the kids. He did actually invite us over for Easter weekend, but I don't know, I needed to do this. I needed to do this for myself. I needed to see stuff, learn stuff, and see how committed I am to really ending this, because, you know, we're going to have to do things that are out of our comfort zones to achieve this. And the level of training and the level of funds and money. So please, anybody here, if you do want to help financially, you know, I'm not going to beg anybody. I'm not going to, you know, please, 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 will you help us with money? But we need it, and I need to buy things. I need equipment, and I need this stuff. And I'm going to find out exactly how much it costs to put that event on. But they had gazebos and tents and all the equipment, the filming equipment, the proper stuff, and everything that we need to be able to do this to the level that, you know, whatever. But I might have to do it as a business, so then I can just get charity money in, and I don't know, just have to profit, you know what I mean? So, but anyway, I literally bolted to the van. I've got a couple of people to just pick the tent up and drive the buggy, and I just put the kids in the van, and I just stayed in the van and stayed out of the way. But I put my yellow jacket on. Yeah. So I've got my property, not yellow vest, yellow jacket, and it's got somebody's council name on the back of it. And so, because it's not the police that decide what goes on and what protests stay and what goes, it's the council that make this decision, and the police just follow orders. So because I was a council member, I was allowed to do whatever I wanted. So, but I'm not, but I am, but I'm not, but I am. I pay my taxes. So yeah, so I decided, but I woke up this morning, and I had every intentions of being ready to drive the car into the possession, lead it, carry on with the day, see how I could go, see if I could maybe unpack the van, sell some bits, give some bits away, raise some funds to keep me down there and stuff like that. But I just decided that, you know, I had too many people watching me. The police were amazing. I even got to tell them when they like stepped down to the kids, I was like, back away from my kids. Like seriously, I'm a high anxiety mum, and if you were not in uniform, I'd have no issue, but because you are in uniform, I have issues. And they were really cool. I explained why. I explained why I have the anxiety that I do over my kids, why I can't leave my kids, how it's institutionalized me, how it's given me OCD over the house, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, it's about standing for what you believe in, and I believe that there are children out there that should be taken. And I had a great opportunity down there to talk to people who hadn't heard of us, that didn't know about us, And also just sort of advise them that, look, since 2013 and stuff, there's been these protests and these awakenings going on, and please don't stumble us underground. And, you know, this platform's needed. It was amazing to catch up with Carl. We've had some good strategizing. We've got some plans. Empowerment Mondays is back. We're bringing Empowerment Mondays back on Mondays. So please, if you can give a Monday to go and stand with the banner, or speak to Cole about replicating the Truth and Justice banner and standing, and one by one standing, that when we pull each other together, strategizing what we're going to be needing to do, and what was significantly different about us to what's going on with these guys. And it's what I've been trying to do, but I just haven't had the petrol fund or a car to be able to do it. And what they did is they literally held networking meetings prior to this event, and they educated and strategized. So literally, as soon as everybody hit, everybody knew who was doing what, everybody knew what position they were taking, and they've prepared mentally, physically for this. Do you know what I mean? So so I've got some decisions to make. I'm going to go back home. I'm going to get a car back. I'm going to rethink. I definitely want to get a van, not a car, because I can, you know, make money moving things, as well as actually just putting a sofa bed in and staying in the van with the kids, rather than having the kids being heard by or woken up by everybody. Caravans drive me out the wall. Mobile home's too expensive at the moment. Van, perfect. And I really do want to get around the whole of the UK, get everybody's cases properly filed in a way, because at the end of the day we can protest, but if all of a sudden we don't go and serve on paperwork, it's absolutely pointless. And that's what I need to be focused on. I need to be focused on the book that will break my gag. It will also put things in the media because it can't be avoided, but the only way my book will work is basically if you buy it. So, and if you do, then I get to fund it anyway. So, and any money that I get goes back into the box, into making this bigger, better, harder, faster and stronger. Here we go, some more, darling. You don't think they use those things just to fly around for nice previews to people to pay money to have a look, do you? They used to go in to kill people, to bomb people, to drop, parachute people off with their guns to go and kill people, cut their necks and their throats, or stand their ground, as they say. So basically, I am building a team of complete and utter warriors, family, absolute family people that are willing to come onto the road with us, join us as a network, join us as a team, be creative, help and train and educate people, and basically be a community of families that travel the world, enjoying the world and being in peace and harmony and love, and you know, living as sovereigns. Because this is what I'm basically trying to say is, you as a human being, you are a spiritual being, so you are a finite energy. This is energy, this is energy, this is energy, this is energy, fire is energy, water is energy, earth is energy, I can't remember what the other element is. There's 4 of them. There's 11 dimensions. We as human beings mostly are 2-dimensional. Some people, hallelujah, think they have woken up at 3 dimensions. Keep going, guys, keep going. There's a lot more further to go. I certainly am not perfect, far from it. I am a hypocrite. I am happy to put my hands up and say I'm a complete and utter hypocrite, as we all are. We all have blood in our hands. None of us have certainly superseded what all of the prophets came to teach us. I'm sure that after Passover, lots of you have still got anger issues, so that means you didn't forgive whatever was going on. And basically you stay connected to source. And I get really annoyed about this Christian pagan bullshit. I just say it's parent alienation, people putting labels on, and I'm not a tin, and I run my own race and I need to live my own life. And what was lovely about this weekend, there was a lot of art, a lot of creativity, a lot of making things, a lot of doing stuff, and but being down there, I'd love to be down there with my family and stuff, do you know what I mean? I'd love my entire fucking family to just pack their fucking lives up and travel the world. That would be beautiful, amazing. But yeah, I'm basically looking for the tribe now, that we are the same sort of mindset people, that we live in peace, we live in harmony, We do good. We live by the Ten Commandments. We treat others as we wish to be treated. We help if we can't, we don't hinder people. What was really good down there is they had a banner that was hanging, and it said, "No blame, no shame. We're all part of the problem. Not one person is fully responsible." Absolutely fucking brilliant. And what I find about problem is that with Aaron and Faith, I'm not here to name and shame what happened. You know what I mean? I'm here to say that there is an error in this system that is causing an absolute catastrophe, and that is that people with physical conditions or emotional needs or education needs or work readjustments are falling under Section 47 if they've got children and basically being treated as child abusers and being punished for something that they haven't actually done. And all the money is in taking and removing the children and separating the problem. Exactly the same in marriage and couples if they're fighting to separate them. We don't have a system here that helps people overcome their traumas and their problems because we're so delivered by labels and medications and things like that, and suppressing our emotions and not dealing with our pains and our being alienated because people consider it drama or trauma, and you can't take time off work to deal with somebody else's dramas. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, a lot of people took time off work to deal with everybody's dramas, to basically say no more, that look, whether or not we get an oops upside the head, that our country is a fucking shithole, people. It's a fucking dive. It is an embarrassment, a fucking embarrassment. I am embarrassed to call myself a British person. I am embarrassed to say that I live in this country that is, trafficking 11,000 children for foster care as proven, to a paedophilia ring where we rape and pillage our children's minds over attitude fucking clothes and dress them like bunches of fucking tarts balls and children running around as hoodies. Our youth have no discipline whatsoever. Everybody swears like an absolute fucking trooper. Some people are so stuck up their own arses that they couldn't give a shit whether people are struggling or not. And, we've got buildings empty, seas being bloody polluted, skies being polluted, traffic polluted. Everybody's chasing the material dreams of cars and health and not health, cars and money and status that mean absolutely jack shit, because it just goes back in the box when you die. And nobody really has much integrity, compassion, understanding. People are so self-centered, going to work to pay their bills. People have become so personally driven. Even their own money is their own money. It's not even their partner's money or their children's money. It's their money. It's their part. And what I love about the people that I work with and stuff is everything that goes in the pot is everybody's. And if one person needs milk and somebody needs a Tampax, it's not my money or the thing's money. Everybody's needs get met, and that's the way that it works. And you all chip in and you all do what you do, and everybody is equally met to their needs, because we know that everybody is different and their needs are different, and no one person is the same. And it was beautiful to be down there with people where I didn't have to ask for help. It was okay. People could see that if I was changing Shiloh's nappy, that Elijah was running around like a blue-ass fly, and people just stood up. The yellow jackets were watching us all the time, because obviously Elijah is one of theirs. I didn't have a yellow jacket on, but Elijah had his yellow vest on, so any yellow vest for Elijah and saw him as one of theirs. So straight away, if my eyes were not on him, theirs were on. Well, I would double check with your eyes on him. I would just say it again. Where is it? Yeah. What are they testing, guys? Having a bit of a jolt, are they? Have we got a war on our hands, people? Do we need to prepare to be able to make sure that, like the Holocaust, when all of a sudden the police and the army come in and take you out of your doors because you are Christian or you are pagan or you are Jew or you believe in being a rebel or you are considered an extremist? And it's already happening. Immigrants are going to be deported in exactly the same way. It's already here. It's happening right in front of your fucking noses. It's just that you're so looking in your mobile phones and being on Crackbook and going to work to pay your bills and so solar focused on your own centered world that you don't see the people that are gagged out here, that are fighting battles, that, you know, we face arrest and prison. And, you know, you're talking about like Gandhi, you know, look what they did to Gandhi. Gandhi was in prison. Look what happened to Malcolm X. Look what happened to Jesus. Look what happened to every person who stepped forward to basically help people greater than themselves, and put themselves on the line for change that's needed. It is needed. You know, we're living under 400-year-old century laws. Shiloh's awake, so I'm just going to start moving to some mountains and heading home. Yeah, NASA is launching a rocket right now. You know, that rocket is so precision, so timed, that, you know, we can take a man from Earth to outer space with the equipment and technology that we have, yet people can't even provide their own basic human needs of water and food and stuff, and, you know, and be self-sustained, that we're so dependent on this system that makes us work in the way that we do. And it's ridiculous, and it does need to go. The Industrial Revolution has gone. We are in new times. We don't have to go to work to pay our bills as one cellular for one income anymore. We can distribute wealth and money in any way, shape or form. And if you have a job mentality to go to work just to get your bills paid, you're not living in a place of joy. When you know who you are, what you are about, what you stand for, what you believe in, what your values are, what your passions are, what your purpose is here, you get up every day and you co-create and you just live. You just get on with your life and you live. You meet the right people, you do the right things, you create what it is that you're creating. And, you know, people exchange. It might exchange property, or they might exchange money, or they might exchange time or love or a hug. I've had so many beautiful hugs. I've cried so much with beautiful people who really felt my pain, and they've stopped. They actually stopped. Like, as soon as I said, you know, my kid's taken, they didn't even let me carry on with how or why. They just went, come here, darling, give me let me give you a hug, come here. They just knew, and they weren't trying to push my pain away because it upsets and hurts them that I'm struggling and suffering on a daily basis, because I miss my children. And I miss my children every minute of every millisecond of every day, of every moment that I miss with them, every memory that is not made, every opportunity that I could have created for them, everything that I know that they love that I can't do with them. It destroys me every fucking day. But I have an angels and breath air of children here that I have to protect and safeguard. I'm not saying I'm not going to take it to the streets. I'm just saying that I'm better served in another place right now. I'm not going to put my children into the education system to be brainwashed. I don't want to. I would like to maybe see if I could bring Amber over. I don't know if I could tolerate Amber to levels and degrees. She's a beautiful, lovely person. We love Amber dearly. But she still doesn't know how to cope with my ways of doing stuff to regulate my emotions. And, you know, I could be over the edge. I battle suicide on a daily fucking basis, depression on a daily basis, anxiety on a daily basis, paranoia on a daily basis. And I'm okay with this because I've been through a traumatic experience. And it's not that I'm paranoid, it's not that I'm just anxious, it's not that I'm just being self-pity and so pre-absorbed. It's that I'm trying to manage the reaction of pain and pleasure, the joy and happiness that I experience with my new life, and my pain and misery that I experience from what's been. And it's very difficult. If my children were dead, it would be easier. I would be able to bury them and grieve and be able to have some ritual that I signify the meaning to them in my life. But with Aaron and Faith, I'm going to find them. I'm going to find them, and I'm going to bring my children home. And if that does mean that I face arrest to do that, then that means that Elijah and Shiloh will be with their father somewhere very, 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 very safe. And if it all goes wrong and I have to do maybe a year or 9 months or up to 10 years in prison, then so fucking be it, because I've got 7 children. I have one child that was ripped from my fucking womb. Not even ripped from my breast, was ripped from my fucking womb, scraped out from my fucking womb without my consent, without nobody explaining to me why or what was going on. And I was literally forced to be drugged to have my baby knifed out from my fucking womb. You know, people need to start understanding mother and the maternalness of creating a child in your womb, knitting that child to be what my children are right here, right now. And then, you know, I mean, they take our children and put them in fucking education system at 2 years old now. Fucking 4 and testing them. It's fucking mental. My children would be hooked by my side probably until they're 5 or 8. About 11, I may start letting them maybe nuzzle out from underneath my wing and create places like yesterday, but with proper perimeters of my security, not police officers, and maybe a couple of police officers that are dancing outside because we've filed the paperwork, we've done it correctly, we've issued our statements, we've filed it into court, and we've issued what it is that we want to do, and we've done it in the way that the processes and the laws work, in the fact that we're doing it safely. Oh, I've arrived home, I didn't realise that. How cool is that? Home. Home's where the heart is, and my heart ain't here. I was born here, but my heart ain't here. My heart is with you guys, my heart is with this cause, my heart is with meeting the right people and influencing the right people to get great change. You know, when you're going up to police officers every day, like I have done while I've been there, and going, look, you know, I want to ask you as a police officer, what are you going to do, and when are you going to do something about the statistically proven 11,000 children gone missing from foster care? Yes, I understand that, you know, children are taken back by their parents and kidnapped. Yes, I understand that children are running away. Yes, I understand all these other stuff, but the reality is we know that they are being fed to a paedophilia ring, and when is this going to happen? And I have police go, you know, work, the police actually go, keep going, girl, you know, we need more and more and more people like you. They've even asked me if I'd join the police, and you know, I probably wouldn't get in, but I wouldn't want to put the uniform on and be hot and bothered all fucking day and irritable, and be having to have my hands tied and be paid. Like I told them yesterday when we were facing face to face, you know, you're paid to stand there, I'm not. You're actually doing it because somebody pays you to be here. I'm stood here because I believe in what I'm doing. And if you believe what you're doing, get over on Step Up Britain and give me some time. I've got to get some funds together. I cannot do this without fundamentals and things in place and things like that. So it does take money, it takes resources, it takes people, it takes time, it takes a lot of people. And one thing that is absolutely apparent, in order to be able to bust through these gagging orders and these institutions and these blackouts and medias and shutdowns on people not wanting the general public to realise that you don't have to live the way that you're being forced to live right now. It's not the way it's meant to be. You're dragging your life up the wrong way of a river, and you're wondering why life is challenging and hard. You've got to turn around and go with your own flow, and the moment you do, and you don't resist life, and you co-create with your own universe, with the natural laws of this universe, with the natural laws, not the man-created laws, but natural laws that, you know, you plant a seed and water it, and it takes time to grow, and with roots and foundations and branches and, you know, mighty oak trees that we shall stand. And that's what we're going to build this year, mighty oak trees that we shall stand, and we will stand side by side by side by side. I'm thinking maybe October with mothers for adoption apology, certainly with the mums and things, and bring the dads in, and dads for adoption apology. And or maybe there might be a July with Scott. It depends, you know. I keep having to go under other people's banners and platforms because I don't have my own right now, and until I do, I can't lead forward. And when I do, I will be going out there, and then I will be going in there, and then I will be getting enough funds to be able to get a van, and then I will be putting the artwork on the side of the van, and then I will be setting up where I can officially set up, and I will be delivering the information, and I'll be setting up lovely things where I've got my kids with me, and they're learning and educating, and they won't be going off with au pairs and freaking not being in my life. They will be right here with me, and I will work with parents and mums, and we will work together in close symbioticness to treat each other better and help each other, rather than this state coming in and torturing us. So that's me. I'm done. I'm now home. I've got 20 quid in the bank. I've got about 60 quid in my pocket. I've got a tank of petrol that I now have to fill. I'm hoping I'm going to get this 250 quid back, but somebody's nicked all the rims off my wheels and taken them and put all theirs on while I was at the car boot. And if the garage realise this, or I have to either be open and honest about it, that I can't just replace it. I've only got an hour, or less than an hour now. I've got to literally get the van up there for about 12:30. I'm going to get in and ring Liam and get him to come down and give me a hand to get this stuff up. Anyway, Extension Rebellion and now entering Parliament Square. So they're literally going into Parliament Square and they are giving a fucking massive big warning at 12 o'clock, ready for all of the MPs to want to come out of lunch. And to anybody, obviously, at Rebellion, remember you can strip your stuff off, go through the gate, go and sit in the cafe, go talk to these people. Go in there and go lobby. Every time you go down to Parliament, go lobby. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? When are you going to do this? When are you going to do? What date are we going to do this by? What is the strategy to do this? Keep saying when. When are we as a society going to now bring all the shit that's going on in this world to an end? Look at ourselves, look in the mirror, take a fucking good hard look and go, are we where we want to be in our lives right now? Does our life resemble the inner side of us? Do we look outside of ourselves and see ourselves where we actually need to be? Or are we living somebody else's life for us? Are we living just the life that we were given? Or are we living the lives that we're meant to be blessed with? And take back your heart, minds and souls, reconnect to source, love Mother Earth, love this world, and start respecting people in the way that you want to be respected. If you can't help them, don't hinder them, stop gossiping, treat people as you wish to be treated, all that blah blah blah, and help. And if somebody is desperate for help, give them a bit of a lending hand, and don't go to work for money. Serve your purpose here, and the money will bless you, and I promise you it will. So so I'm going to go in and go into this place that just changes my energy, and I get depressed and I get quite trapped. But I'm going free of all of the crap that I have been burdening. I've lost a lot of money. I've probably lost about 600 quid that I could have made. But it's a slow, tedious job. I've just given away about 600 quid worth of stock to Cry. And they seem very, very relieved to have a whole year's worth of baby stuff, and they'll make a lot of money, and that's fine. So, good. So anyway, I'm going to go home, let Dean know we're home, and get my kids in. Shall I show you how dirty my kids are before we go? Look at Elijah's jeans. Yes. Say hello. Yes. Did you have fun? Yes. So my kids are absolutely filthy. Guys, go on, I've gone down, I've done what I need to do, and talked to the people I need to do. I'd love to be back down there with you, but if I'm going down, then I need to know that I've got the car for a week. It needs to be a van, that it's on site. I'm going down with my banners, and I am going smack bang in the fucking middle of it, and we're stepping Britain up. And if you want to help me do that, and as long as somebody's willing to jump in the back and be there and always be by my side with my kids, and if they run, that you can run. So nobody in a wheelchair, nobody with disability, nobody who's going to be taking drinks, drugs. That's the other thing down there. It is drug and drink free. Drug and drink free. Even the campaigners, if you are using drugs and drink, they will march your ass off that sign. They will even actually have the police come down and remove you. So anyway, love you and leave you guys. Keep on keeping on. Because this isn't about taking responsibility. Take personal responsibility, but this is about accountability, and this is about actually saying, look, no more. It's stake kidnap what you're doing. It's abuse. Even people with trauma are being institutionalised, and we don't need to be labelled. It's trauma, and and to the people out there who are living their lives and doing great, amazing, absolutely amazing. Pay it forward and give what you need. So anyway, I do love you all. I do feel for you all. I want you all to just wake up in the morning and be happy and be in joy, and please bear with me. I'm going through a lot of stuff at the moment. I'm dealing with a lot of trauma, I'm dealing with a lot of grief, I'm dealing with the fact that again it was Easter, my son's here, he is having a relationship with my mum after 11 years, but seeing him 8 years ago, and he's going to my dad's this weekend, and obviously my dad and mum don't see me, it's causing me trauma, my relationship is completely in turmoil. I had to get out of there, guys, because as well, I was manifesting men around me that just wanted to look after me, and I just sort of had to say, look, I love my husband, we might not be together, we might not be married, we might be struggling, but I love him and I'm committed to him, and even if like, we really have brought this to an end. If I ever felt the need that I was getting to the point of knowing somebody that was going to be around my children and stuff, I'd be sitting down and talking to Dean before anything, and talking to my kids. They would be told that too, and if they can't be patient with that, then hopefully me and Dean sort our stuff out. I hope to God he's going to come and DJ down for Step Up Britain, and we can get this agreement. So Amber is going to put my bank details up. If you troll me, you troll this whole cause. If you can't contribute financially, don't feel guilty about it. Maybe you can give some time, maybe you can do something, maybe you can share a post, maybe you can just give me a pat on the back sometimes when I'm feeling that I'm not doing anything, I'm not achieving anything, and I feel like sacking everything because I can't see any progress, I can't see any changes, and I'm feeling like I'm just wasting my time, and I'm feeling isolated and hammered and tired and worn down. So when I'm like that, guys, I just need you to just pick me back up and just let me realize, go into my space, go into my masculine male cave, and maybe just rant, maybe get pissed off. I might just delete them later and just say love you, chick, keep going, and just keep on keeping on. So anyway, I'm gonna go and ring Liam. I'm panicking about this van now. I'm just gonna ring the garage, and yeah. So anyway, over and out. Keep watching what's going on. Occupy London, get down there and hope the Fords. Yellow Vests, get down there. Whatever it is that you believe for, stand for, go get down there. We are all part of the same puzzle. This is all the same thing. This is an extinction of the human race, whether you fucking like it or not. And I'm not willing. I will be, when I leave this planet, I will leave this planet the way I was meant to leave this planet, not the way that some fucking muppet wants me to leave this planet. And yeah, and when I do, this planet will be a better place because I was here, and so are my kids, and because so are you. And we can leave a better platform for our future generations, so they haven't got to pick up the crap and debt that we have left for them to, so they can just get on with their lives and enjoy it. So peace, love, harmony, prosperity, live with passion, peace, prosperity, all that stuff. I'm going to go and rest my voice and speak later.